Hey everybody out there in the land of YouTube. It's Annette Dion and it's time for our 10-minute tune-in. Political readings from this psychic's perspective. It's a nice day here in New England and we just had a thunderstorm and, you know, the air is kind of charged. So I thought this is a good time. This is a good time to tune in for 10 minutes. I hope you're having a great Thursday. It is the 15th. And I've got plenty of space if you'd like to book a psychic reading. I can't think of any reason why you wouldn't. Lots of good stuff happening and lots of stuff that we have to really keep an eye on as citizens of these United States. So I'm going to start by asking, let me see. I'm actually going to ask the question about the debacle that we saw. Well, there's always a debacle with Trump, right? Well, we heard some of it. I mean, I know it's kind of hard to escape the Daffy Duck version of Donald Trump that we heard a little bit, at least, of the other night. So I was in my car and I had YouTube just kind of flip to the next YouTube when one finished, and I noticed that it went to the full-on, it wasn't even an interview, it was just like two guys just puffing their chests or something. But I wasn't able to listen to it for too long. I got to about the point where they were talking about the assassination attempt, and you can just tell Trump is just a big baby. We've always known that. The way he talks about it, like he's 10 years old. So I'm going to pull 3 cards about what was that all about? What was the point of it? What was Elon thinking? Whatever the cards want to tell us about that. I hope you've been having a good day whenever you're watching this. What were they really doing? What was the objective? They're both tortured souls. They're both tortured souls, and they're both, this is a justice card. So this means a couple of things. First of all, the 9 of Swords. They're both really tortured human beings, Trump and Musk. They have some similarities, and one very strongly that I pick up is the similarity of being brought up in traumatizing backgrounds, childhoods. Not that that's an excuse, but it definitely contributed to how dysfunctional they are mentally. So they're very, I mean, the 9 of Swords, this is often the card of the insomniac. I felt like whatever Trump was on, because I clearly get that he was on something, I get that they were both on the same thing. And what's popping into my mind more than anything is like ketamine. But the guides are telling me it was more than that. Okay, so let's ask, was ketamine one of the drugs involved? No, okay. I do think that they both do. Do they both do ketamine? They both do, but that night, that interview, it wasn't that. And we already asked about last night if it was benzos. Was it benzos? Yeah, I keep getting that it was like Ativan, or, you know, like that. All right, so the 9 of Swords indicates that they're both really, like, neither one of them sleep. So they're both sleep deprived, they're mentally unstable. I don't know what they were really trying to accomplish, but one thing that did happen was that now the union, Trump said something that wasn't cool about unions. And so he managed to, whenever he opens his mouth, he makes himself liable for some kind of crime. that he'll be held accountable for. And the Nine of Cups, they both needed an ego boost. That's what I feel like was going on there. That was the reason. They both needed to have an ego boost. Trump is not spending a lot of time doing rallies. Some, but not that many. They're not really going that well. And so they're both in this delusional alternative reality kind of a place where they need to feel important. And what's coming through really strongly is that I don't know how, but Elon is very bored. I guess if you have everything set up, you have way, way, way more than enough, and to the tune of hundreds of billions of dollars. I guess you would be bored because you don't have to work for anything. Sad but true. So let's pull 3 cards about the Trump's campaign and where it is right now. Where that campaign is right now. Like, what are the components right now that are going on with Trump's campaign mainly? 6 of Cups. He's very worried about what's going to happen about January 6th, because with January 6th, there's a ton of connections to enemies. There's something about secret documents in the January 6th case that's in Chutkin's hands right now. I get strongly that the justice system in the United States is figuring out right now how to work around the corrupt Supreme Court ruling that the president is a king. So as far as the Trump campaign is going, Trump is very obsessed. It's kind of like, I feel like it's like recurring thoughts, like ruminating. The Ace of Wands, they're failing. The Trump campaign is failing on messaging. What they've resorted to now is simply bashing and lying. Projecting, bashing, and lying. You could call the PBL, the projection, bashing, and lying campaign, because that's really what the campaign is. And the Two of Wands, they're working on just Two of Wands. They're just trying to figure out what's going to work, because nothing's really catching, you know, so nothing's really taking. And you can see that. We're going to read next. We're going to stick with the nefarious cards. The Magicians, Martyrs, and Madmen Tarot. And let's ask about Fox and what is going to happen to Fox, since this is hard for them to get a grip on what they're going to attack the Democrats about. Then I should pull 3 cards on the Democrats. Biden and Harris announced how they're helping Americans by negotiating with pharmaceutical companies, the drug companies, and getting prices down. They've managed to do that. So 3 cards, it's amazing, about Fox News. They're missing, Fox is missing opportunities to do better, and it's not going to go well for them. The Kamala Harris and Walz campaign is much, 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 much stronger. They're floundering with their messaging on Fox. Okay, so I'm racing with the clock, and I want to pull 3 cards about Harris and Walz. This is my 10-minute challenge. It's like, can you do this in 10 minutes? People have short attention spans nowadays, and as much as I don't like it, I just have to kind of go with it. All right, 3 cards. Okay, what's going on with the Harris and Walz is, yeah, there's lots of attacks. Lots of attacks, lots of verbal attacks. But the Karma card is coming here, and the Empress once again. Okay, so the Trump campaign is trying to disappoint and bring lots of heartache, but here's the thing. This is karma. It's predestined that Madame President will be a thing. Karma will be in, because I have the Empress here, and this is the Karma card. Karma is coming back. We're seeing a lot of what Trump has said just boomeranging back. What he said about the Democrats and democracy boomeranging back. And so they're looking at, as much as the attacks are coming, this is karmic. That democracy wins. It's a karmic thing. And there's Kamala. Speaking of karma, Carmela. And there you have it. 10 minutes to book a reading. Go to psychicandetdion.com. Please join Grassroots of Democracy, grassrootsofdemocracy.com. Namaste. See you soon.